Peace. Yeah, man, not part two, just another installment in my dictation. Still the 4th of July. As you can see, I got my headphones on because I was listening to the radio and I really like this song. So it's Keep On by D-Train. And as I'm listening to it right now, it made me think about men, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, older men, you know what I'm saying? Men in the late 30s, early 40s, you know what I'm saying? We're embarking on a new stage in our life, you know what I'm saying? It's almost like puberty, you know what I'm saying? And the reason why I say it's almost like puberty is because there's not a lot of, I don't want to say documentation, but it's not a lot of information, you know what I'm saying, that's set to guide us through this stage, man. It's like, we're old enough to be president, you know what I'm saying, but we're not quite old enough to be senior citizens. We're still old enough to, if we're fortunate enough to be in the NBA or the NFL, but, I mean, people are starting to look at us almost like we're obsolete, kind of like Arnold Schwarzenegger's character in The Terminator, you know what I'm saying? We're classics. But the thing about it is, well, what do we do? How do we do it? Because when we're young, we're developing, we're growing into the person that we're gonna be. And right now, thank you, we're supposed to have been that person already. But that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is where we fit in life, in our stages, and how to not make yourself obsolete. See, we're men. We're the XY. You understand? And what is X in mathematics? Unknown. So we are unknown, but not unknown. Because there's knowledge in what we are as men, to where that will make women unknown and unknown, to where they don't know and they don't know that they don't know. Where we don't know, and we know that we don't know at the same time. So what does that mean? When you're smart enough to know that you don't know, you're able to learn. And that's why we pass things down. You know what I'm saying? That's why there is a patriarchy. That's why there is a lineage where we give information, we make mistakes, and we journal it, or we express it, or we share it with other men so that they don't have to make our mistakes. And if they're wiser than that, they can use our mistakes and avoid mistakes of their own. But is that the nature of women? How many women do you know who you tell something, tell them how to avoid a situation or a circumstance, but they walk head onto it anyway? And they, you ask them if they regret anything, and no, I don't regret anything, because everything that I did, it accumulates, it becomes a part of who I am. That's the dumbest shit in the world, because I have certain things that I've done that I wish I didn't do. You know what I'm saying? Like, back in my 20s when I was dumb and, going to jail and shit. Like, I can live without that. Those are things that, those are lessons in life that I don't think I needed to go to jail to learn. You know what I'm saying? But the thing about it is, that's not them. They want to learn their own lessons. Like a woman would cheat on her husband, you know what I'm saying? Knowing that the guy she's cheating on him with is a one-night stand, so she doesn't know him, she can't trust him, but yet she'll trust him with her body. You know what I'm saying? She'll trust that this man will use a condom. She'll trust that if he does use a condom, he won't come inside of her. You know what I'm saying? But this is how they do. They have to go through it. You know what I'm saying? And it can't be another woman who's done this and then they say, okay, well, I'm not going to do that shit. I'm not going to be her. No, they have to learn it themselves the hard way. You know what I'm saying? And so then what happens is she gets pregnant, and then now what does she do? Does she cuck the husband? Or does she admit that she cheated? Or does she take it to her grave and get an abortion without anybody knowing? You know, and then how do you cover that up? And then if she gets away with it, what's to stop her from doing it again? You see? So these are the things that they do. Just one example. But they make mistakes that are unnecessary. You know what I'm saying? Because men, we know that if we cheat, well, the last thing we want to do is get her pregnant. Because what's she going to do? If she doesn't have a husband, she has no problem wrecking our situation. You know what I'm saying? So we got to be smarter than that. We can't sit there and just get a bitch pregnant we're cheating with. You know what I'm saying? But that's neither here nor there. But the whole thing is, we pass things down. We're men. We have testosterone. You know what I'm saying? And this is one of the things that liken this stage in our life to puberty. Is at puberty, we have an overabundance of testosterone. The overabundance of testosterone is causing these changes in our body. But when we get to this stage in our life, in our late 30s and early 40s, we don't have as much testosterone or as much extra testosterone. And so we come to an impasse where our bodies start changing a little differently. Oh, you put the cup? Well, fuck it. So anyway, what ends up happening is we start to develop a little extra in our midsection. You know what I'm saying? We get a little flabby here and there. We lose a little pep in our step. We wake up with injuries that we can't account for. You know, this is one of the things that my uncle told me. He says, when you're young and you're hurt, you know why. But when you get old, you're hurt and you don't know why. And I mean, I understand it's a part of life. However, a part of me thinks that that is unacceptable, to not know why your body is feeling pain. So I wanted to pay extra special attention. You know what I'm saying? The older I got, starting the younger I was, so that it would be something that I had to start with, something that I was used to doing. You know what I'm saying? And taking care of myself, watching what I ate, you know what I'm saying, and put it into my body, and making sure that I exercise regularly so that I can stay fit. You know what I'm saying? Because there's nothing like being told by somebody under 25 that you look like you're under 30. That is awesome. So anyway, testosterone. It is a performance-enhancing drug that our bodies make. Do you understand that? Do you understand the power in that? People take testosterone and try to change their gender. Our body makes this. That is awesome. Our bodies make testosterone. It is a performance-enhancing drug. But what do you do when yours is running low? What do you do? Well, there's only one thing you can do. You have to demand that your body produce more testosterone. So what do? You do things that you did when you were younger and immature, slightly differently. Because you don't want to do things that are immature that might, you know, if you're 40 years old, you can't just walk down the street and start screaming or, you know what I'm saying, playing tag or, you know, things of that nature. But what did you do when you were playing Pop Warner football, when you were playing Little League, or when you were on the JV sports team? What did you do? You worked out regularly. You worked out every day for an hour. You had a thing called PE. We had PE every day, 5 days a week for an hour a day. Think about that. NFL makes commercials talking about play 60. Man, all that is reminding us through the children to play. Man, we gotta play. If you play, you stay young. And I don't care if you go outside and play tag or if you play Xbox, but if you play, you stay young. You keep your mind young and your body nimble. And homie, my man, my brothers, do push-ups. That is a miracle exercise. You don't need any money. You don't need a gym membership. You don't need anything except the height and of your body and the span of your arms. It's all the room you need. All the room you occupy at that moment. Do push-ups. Oh my God. 100 a day. You know, I recommend more for sure, but 100 a day, if you do 100 push-ups a day, your body will start to increase testosterone by the end of that week. And then, of course, naturally, it'll be easier to do more push-ups, and you'll have a desire to do more push-ups. And man, whew, if you happen to have a chick laying around that wants to lay around with you, whew, she gonna wonder where you came from, literally. But anyway, that's just what I wanted to say, man. I mean, we're men, and we're going through another stage in our life, and we need our testosterone. You know, they have all these pills and these drugs and HGHs and all this old stuff, man, but we don't need that. We don't need that. All we got to do is tell our body that we need more of it by doing things that our body really can't do without it. So our body says, oh, we need more testosterone. Let me make some. Let me dig deep. Let me remind those testicles to excrete some, to put some in the motion, you know what I'm saying? And that's what it is. It's like when you work out after you eat, you tell your body what to do with the nutrients. If you don't, it just goes to your gut. You know what I'm saying? If you don't tell it what to do by using those limbs, then the food goes where it chooses. But if you direct your body by exercising it, you tell your nutrients, well, I want something to go to these pecs. I want something to go to these biceps, these triceps, these deltoids, these traps, these lats. You know what I'm saying? These quads, these glutes. You direct the nutrition into your body by exercising those parts of the body that need the nutrition or the growth. And that's the same thing with testosterone. And that's why it's a beautiful thing. Man, if you were ever an athlete, all you got to do is go back to practice. And if you were never an athlete, ask one of your homeboys from high school who was an athlete and say, hey, man, let's go to practice. Because we need orientation. We straight up need orientation. You know what I'm saying? And after orientation, it's time to work. But yo, that's what it is, man. That's for the brothers, the men, on a beautiful day like this. If you're not in pain, it's time to bring it. Check your body. You got a headache? How's your back? How's your shoulders, your arms, your wrists? If you don't have any pain, man, it's time to get to work. Okay? Or at least orientate yourself with your own body and gravity. But yo, let's be better today than we were yesterday. And let's do great tomorrow, more than we did today. Do some push-ups, some dips, some crunches, man. Exercise your mind. Do a jigsaw puzzle or a crossword puzzle. Man, play with the kids. Enjoy some barbecue. And love yourself, man. Love yourself. Live up. Live up. You know? And for anybody that doesn't like what I say, open your mouth and let me know how this dictates.